guys feel about remakes or reboots or restarts?
Oh boy,
it depends how it's handled.
You know, I think at this point, I don't mind remakes in the sense of like, the freaking remaking Spider-Man again. I think I'm just tired of them not finishing what they did before they remake it. I think, because like, I guess the most obvious one, at least in my mind, is Spider-Man, and with the Andrew Garfield ones, I enjoyed those, and like as far as I knew, they had this whole thing they were kind of setting up, and then they're like, never mind. And I don't know. I'm just left like, well, okay. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it sounds like I don't like them. What do you have? What do you have in mind?
I was just thinking, like, we got the Jungle Book coming, or that just came out. We got the new Spider-Man's coming out. I was just curious what you guys.
Spider-Man's getting his own movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Next
okay.
year.
So not just him showing up in Civil War.
No.
Okay.
But like I've heard, he's like the best part of that movie.
That's what I've heard too.
Yeah, and
Spider-Man Prom Night comes out soon after that.
Yeah, and then Spider-Man Graduation
and Spider-Man Freshman 15, and it's just it just kind of goes downhill from there.
But yeah, I think it just depends. Like I think at sometimes it's really cool because you have like a new guy coming in to bring in his fresh take on the material. So then you get stuff like the new Jungle Book, which are like, it's clearly done by this guy, and it's like really cool that he's kind of deviated from it, but it's still like harkening back to the original. Then you get stuff like RoboCop, which is like a boring movie that
that one didn't do too well.
Yeah, it doesn't stand out at all, or Total Recall, or all those other.
That one had Bryan Cranston in it.
So everything
has
had
Bryan Cranston. That doesn't narrow it down. Dudes in everything.
He was like that year's Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, dude. Everyone wanted him in things because he could be mean.
Yeah, but I know your take on the Jungle Book was it was really
good.
Really good.
I really want to see that.
It was revolutionarily good.
Oh man,
like those effects are like
better than the 3D trailers made it look.
Yeah, I mean, I'd put it above Avatar. For like realism and spectacle, and yeah.
Wow,
it's that realistic and cool.
Crazy.
Because watching it, you're like, oh, this is a live action Jungle Book movie, but then you're like, 99.9% of this is like computer animated. Like the only real stuff is Mowgli and like the mud he steps in.
God, I wonder I don't know how they make movies, but what was that like for the kid? Because he's like, this is like his first role, I'm assuming. Right?
Yeah, he did really good too. He carried the movie.
Okay, good. I'm happy. But nice. I can only imagine like, because he's probably on all types of blue screens with like weird, I don't know, puppets. I guess
they had like Jim Henson puppets that would like act opposite him, so he could like pet him or like touch him and stuff.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
But then they would animate all the stuff over those afterwards.
Yeah. I would love to see the take of just the Jim Henson puppets, though.
I don't think they were like Muppets. I think they were just like stuffed things like in the shape of whatever.
I was hoping they would go like full on Broadway Lion King, where there's just like a full on great cheetah costume there. That'd be fantastic. Or even better, like just some poor guy in like a shitty lion's mane, like Mowgli, go home or whatever.
Stop doing what you do.
Yeah.
Stop using your freaky human tricks. You man cub.
He hits rocks with other rocks.
Damn it, get those thumbs out of here.
What are some other notorious remakes?
Like good ones or bad ones?
Yeah, like there's wasn't Scarface a remake?
Scarface was a remake?
Yeah.
It was?
Yeah, it was like an old 1930s movie or something.
Yeah, from 30s or 40s, yeah. Scarface.
Like the Al Pacino Scarface?
Yeah, that was the remake.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Or what's the Thing? Is that the one where they're like
in
the bunker?
Yeah. I actually watched that recently because I was really bored and it was on like HBO Go or something like that. Man, it was the original one with Big Trouble Little China Dude. Was good.
That's the remake.
Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
That's the remake one.
So there've been three remakes of The Thing?
The 2011 one was a prequel to that.
It was?
Yeah, it just had the same name.
Oh, well, that's not confusing.
Wait.
Yeah, that one ends with like the French or Canadian dudes or whatever. They're like running out. Those are the dudes who show up at the start of the 70s one.
Uh, oh. Wait, hold on. You lost me. Wait. I'm gonna go back through this. So, the Kurt Russell thing.
That's a remake of
That's
an
a
older
remake
one.
of an older one.
Yeah.
And then the 2011 one is a prequel to that one.
Yeah, but also a remake.
But yeah, also a remake.
Yeah, it's like the same movie,
Yeah,
but
it's
it
definitely
also
the same movie.
starts up the old one,
Oh.
which is weird. I don't know why they did it like that, but
Oh. Okay. Wow. All right. I guess I got to watch that other one now. But yeah, that was really disturbing.
yeah.
Like, there's a part where that dude explodes and his chest eats a man.
Oh yeah, or the head comes off and crawls around.
Yeah, that was fucking disgusting, dude. Have you seen the thing?
No, my only experience with it is me and my buddy Michael were like in like a I think it was a Circuit City, which doesn't exist anymore.
Oh yeah.
But like we were just like
Your
looking at
kids out there?
we were just looking at like the games and like for like the Xbox, and then there was just one that was like The Thing, and we're like, yeah, it's that's my only experience with it.
They had a game. Where does that one fit in?
I don't know.
That was a remake of the prequel of the sequel.
I'm getting too deep.
Too many layers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually kind of cool because I watched a video because I was curious how they did that scene where like the chest opens and it eats the dude.
Oh yeah.
And I watched, it's like a little YouTube video about it. I forget what channel it was, but they were talking about how like they made like a full on like super realistic plaster dummy of the dude whose chest opens to the point where like everyone, like when they saw it lying there, everyone thought it was the actual actor, and they're like, dude, you can move, like this, we're not filming yet. And they walk over and be like, oh, shit, it's fake. And then the
Nice.
doctor who like gets his arms eaten, they at the shot where his arms actually get eaten, it's a different guy who's a double amputee, and they made like fake arms for him. And they again did like a really creepy Leatherface version of like the doctor's face, and they put it over that dude's face. And again, it looked like so good that like people that didn't know, like that were kind of off, that didn't know they had done that, were like, yo, what happened to his arms?
Nice.
Yeah, it was a really cool process. I liked it a lot.
I miss that kind of stuff in movies, like the old school, like practical makeup effects.
Yeah,
and
I do
stuff.
too. That's one of the reasons I like the newest Star Wars so much.
Yeah.
Was they did a really good job of like kind of bringing that old practical stuff back.
Mhm.
Yeah, it felt
Yeah,
real.
building the whole set. And
Yeah.
that kind of
And like,
They had actual like creatures walking around.
yeah, that was so, dude. I loved the he only had like half of a scene, but it was this little turtle man that like had like this huge tower of shit on his back, and then like I felt bad because I saw Star Wars like 5 times, but like when I saw it, like
That's not bad. That's a good thing.
yeah, like he looks like he's having a hard time. Like his face looks like he's having a hard time carrying this, and Daisy Ridley's taking like an hour and a half to talk to this fat man, and he's like, fucking lady, please move. I got, this is so heavy. This is so heavy. I gotta put this shit down.
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of think there should be more remakes.
Really?
Yeah, I think it would be cool if they just like got rid of continuity in like comic book movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh, here's a cool Batman movie by this director. Like, here's a David Fincher Batman, and we got this cool like futuristic Batman movie by this guy. Like, you don't have to like adhere to like these long like arcs that are going on between them. You don't have to keep the same actors or anything. Just like make a cool movie with like a new guy's take on the
Yeah.
story.
I see where you're coming with
Okay.
that. I actually wish, in that kind of same thing, I wish that the Marvel movies cinematic universe
Mm-hmm.
just kind of did that in general. Like,
Mhm.
because, you know, I like Marvel movies. You'll still get my money. Don't worry. I'm going to see all the things you put out.
Yeah, don't worry, Disney. You're not gonna run out of money soon.
I'll still give you my hard-earned money to see your stupid movies. But, like, because, you know, they all feel the same, basically. They all
Yeah.
they just have different main characters, but they all feel basically the same. But, like, if you look at, you know, like, the main story arc of, like, let's say Civil War, because that's coming out pretty soon. If you look at, like, the main story arc, that all has kind of, like, this cohesive art style and stuff, but all, like, the spin-off comics that happen on the side are done by different people. It all ties into the same story, but it's done by different people, and the art style is different, and, like, you know, the story centers on this one guy, and it has his internal monologue about it, and it brings in other stuff. I wish they did that with the movies, where it's like they didn't have to keep, all of their formula in this money churn where it's like, yep, well, this worked for this movie, keeping that forever now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you said the key word or words, which was money churn.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
But I mean, like that's why I was so excited for the Edgar Wright Ant-Man.
Yeah,
like if we had that with like his kind of like super like comic booky, cartoony, video gamey stylized.
Or are you talking about before Marvel kind of like took over it?
Yeah, well, he was still attached till like pretty recently, and
Okay.
then they kicked him off like a year before shooting or whatever. But like that would have been so cool. It was like something completely different and it, like surprised people. But now like I still love it.
Yeah,
but
I do
it's
too.
like it feels more vanilla compared to like what it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why I think Guardians is still my favorite because it feels like it's something else.
Yeah, I think the reason that worked, well, because it was a good funny thing, but I feel like it was still in Marvel, and they're gonna punch Thanos at some point, like they're gonna have Chris Pratt up in there, but it was far enough removed from the main like whole Earth thing to where it's like it's a space movie, like
They could do whatever they wanted.
Exactly, and it wouldn't harm anything they're doing on the other things because it's not really connected yet. So that's why they were like, let's tiptoe out of our little box and see if this works, and it did. That's why I wanted them to do that more with a bunch of their other stuff. But
I'm hoping Doctor Strange is kind of different.
Oh,
that trailer
yeah.
looks really cool. It's like all the trippy like kaleidoscopy
Yeah.
imagery of the city and stuff.
And they have like that one part that's very reminiscent of like the Inception thing when the city folds in
Yeah,
on
it's like
itself.
a mix of the Matrix, Inception.
Yeah, I am excited for that one now. Right?
I haven't seen that yet.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Looks
Watch
good.
watch it after this. It's pretty
All
interesting.
right.
Yeah, Benedict
So-
Cumberbatch has got like a cool little mustache.
And an American accent
Sometimes.
sometimes. which threw me off because I thought Doctor Strange was British, but
Interesting. All right.
Sometimes.
sometimes. But then I heard his like familiar voice being like, I'm no doctor. I don't like saving lives or something like that. And I'm like, is that him? Is that really him? Doesn't sound like him. Where's Sherlock? Bring Sherlock back.
Do you know what his powers are? Is he just like a magic dude?
I guess. I don't really. I mean, from what I've seen, yeah, he's like this master of wizardry kind of man. He's basically Dumbledore.
So he's like Merlin.
Yeah, pretty much. I think is
Huh.
what it sounds like.
He's just strange.
He's just a strange man.
He
But
just
yeah.
makes things peculiar.
That's his power.
That's his power. Oh shoot, I got that power.
Yeah,
I'm a
but
superhero.
yeah.
Yes.
You're Doctor
Uh-huh.
Strange. You gotta grow out the little stash now.
Got it. Get rid of this.
Gotta get your curly
Yeah.
cues going.
Yeah, yes, curly cues.
I think so.
And a big
Sometimes.
cape. A big cape.
I don't
Sometimes.
want-
That's the cue for him.
Yeah.
You guys excited for the Civil War though?
I actually am, because like,
Yeah, I want to see the good guys kill each other.
we kill him.
Not exactly
Kill
sure
him.
why I said that differently, but it came out that way.
Hey Tony, I'll give you 15 rupees. Go whack that Captain America. Kill him for me, eh?
Yeah, bunk.
Here comes the speeder boy. He's going to take the shield and he's going to make the audiences happy. It's going to be a good time.
Whose side are you on? You Team Cap or Team Tony?
I'm Team Cap, dude.
Nice. Yeah.
Hell yeah. You and me both, dude. Where you at?
I just want to be entertained.
You're
That's
not
fair.
fun.
That's fair. That's fair. Because like,
Because I don't know who's on whose team, other than I think like Captain America's bionic buddy was like on his team.
mm-hmm.
That's about all I know.
Yeah, he's got.
And I think
he's got the
Ant-Man's-
Winter Man. He's got Hawk Dude, the flying one,
Oh,
not
that
the
makes sense.
Arrow one.
Right.
Mhm.
He's got Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
He's got I think the Black Widow's gonna be a secret, a double agent or whatever.
Oh.
She's because right now she's on Tony's side, but she's not.
Was
Yeah.
that was Scarlett Johansson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tony's got other Iron Man, and he's got ScarJo. Technically, does he have the Vision?
I don't know if he has the Vision. I feel like,
He has the Vision or the Olsen twin,
yeah.
and
Yeah, I
he's
don't
got the Black Panther dude.
Oh,
does?
that's right.
Yeah, he got him and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think it's a little
Huh.
stacked against
Yeah.
Cap,
He-
but
Yeah. Freaking Tony Stark has basically all of the gods.
yeah.
Speaking of which, is Thor in this one? Thor's not in
No,
this one, right?
they took him out because he's too good.
Because he's a god.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
Is
Hulk-
Hulk gonna make an appearance?
No,
No,
I
remember
doubt
he
it.
flew away.
Yeah, I thought he maybe like It only takes like one movie for him to be like, I'm back now.
I wish they had played the old school sad Hulk walking away music from the show while the Hulk was sitting in like a fighter jet, just arms crossed, looking all sad and slowly flying away forever.
Awesome.
I wish they had done that so hard. But like, yeah, I'm actually excited for this one because I hope they make it like I think that's kind of bugged me in recent years with the Marvel movies is how like they just pepper in jokes unnecessarily. Like that's like one of the reasons I didn't really like Ultron that much is because it was just so
There's no tension at all.
exactly everything was like as soon as they started to build tension, they'd make like a giant green Hulk dick joke,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, okay, well now I don't care again. Like now you lost me.
Yeah, it was like let's be funny just for the sake of being funny,
Yeah.
even though it'll make other stuff suffer.
Exactly, and like it was, you know, in my mind, it was going to be setting up this movie, Civil War, where like at the end of the movie, they were going to hate each other, or not hate each other, but there was going to be more tension.
Yeah,
Especially because they hated each other the whole movie.
Exactly.
And they're like buds at the end.
yeah.
And they did nothing to remedy the situation besides do the same thing again, and it just happened to work this time. Lucky us. But yeah, and then they leave, and then they're like, I'm going to miss you, man. I'm going to miss you too, bro hug. Avengers credits. And
No, it wasn't even like that. It's just like, so if an elevator picks up the hammer, is the hammer worthy then
oh
too?
yeah, exactly. And so like I'm just hoping that like they remedy that with this one by making them hate each other pretty much.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it's done by the Winter Soldier guys, and they
Okay.
did a really good job last
Yeah.
time. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the best
Yeah.
one.
yeah, Winter Soldier was good.
That was a good one.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
hopeful. I've heard good things.
I hope there's like actual stakes to it, because I don't think anybody's died yet.
No one's died genuinely. That's another
Quicksilver.
thing. Oh, him too. Okay, so him
He come back.
He did, or he
Wait.
does.
Quicksilver, the guy.
Oh
who
no,
got,
I thought you said Coulson.
Oh,
Who's
yeah,
Coulson?
No, see,
He was agent.
the guy that got like run through by Loki in the first Avengers movie.
Oh, is he the one that just kind of like just had stupid lines?
Yeah,
kinda.
I liked him though.
I didn't like him.
He was like the funny Samuel L. Jackson.
Pretty. Yo, I think Samuel L. Jackson is the funny Samuel L. Jackson. But yeah, no, because okay, so I'm gonna go through the list real quick. So from memory, Coulson died, right?
Okay.
And he needed to die to bring the Avengers together. Surprise, totally not dead because he's in the show, right? And then let's see, there was in Winter Soldier, Samuel Jackson dies, and he's like, oh shoot, now stakes are higher. We don't have a leader anymore. The thing is internal. Surprise, he's not dead.
Yeah, faked his death.
All right, that's good. Hey, look at me. I'm Groot. I'm going to save all my friends from this explosion. Explosion happens. Yo, baby Groot's back. He's not dead either. If you ever killed Groot off, like, I've already spent that emotion on his
Yeah.
first death.
Yeah.
And then, Thor, the second one, Loki's helping him out.
Oh yeah, you think Loki dies?
Yeah, exactly. You think Loki dies, and it's this nice moment. It's this thing
Yeah.
where, like, he's been in jail or whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna help get you out of jail, but you gotta help me. He killed our mother, who you actually liked. Like, help me with this. And Loki's like, fine. And then he saves his brother and throws that like weird rock monster into another dimension or whatever. And it's like a nice moment. Like he's saying I'm sorry, and he's giving you like this genuine like regret from what he's done, and it's nice. And then surprise, he's not dead. End of it, he's sitting on the throne, and now you don't know where Odin is.
Yep.
And like, well, come on, like,
Wait, they won't kill him because he's like their only good villain.
yeah, that's true. And I feel, but I'm just
Because
hoping
they kill off all their villains too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That bugs me. Like, they don't do that in like the cartoons or the comics. Like, they come back. they can try again.
And they often do.
exactly.
No,
Often
in
fail again.
In the movies, they just crash a helicarrier on them. End every movie that way.
Exactly. So like, I don't know. I'm hoping like Quicksilver's death. Yeah, that was like a moment where I'm like, okay, if he comes back, like, fucking fuck these movies.
Yeah, like as
But-
much as I liked him, I hope he stays dead.
Yeah, same here.
It's like, because you felt his death. You're like,
Yeah.
no. And then it's like,
I didn't feel anything. Because
Really?
it came out of nowhere.
Oh,
Because
we so fast.
no, yeah, earlier in the movie, you see him run out of the way of bullets. How come he couldn't do it this time?
I don't know.
That's a good point. Because I don't know. I
I
tried to defend you guys.
I
Disney.
still wanted that actor to play that character, but that hopefully won't happen
Yeah.
unless they bring him back.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Like for reals, he's dead. But yeah, so hoping it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Blech.
All right, I'm gonna try to steer this back on track of remakes.
Oh yeah.
This is a remake of Spider-Man. This is a
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Spider-Man featuring the Avengers.
So I think when it comes to like remakes, it also kind of depends on the medium. So it's like, okay, we kind of have, so we've been talking about like movies and that kind of stuff, but then there's also like, you could have like remakes of video games, or when it comes to like music, you could have covers or like bands that will actually re-record an entire album.
They do
Like,
that?
Some bands do that.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
And
before.
then, or sometimes if they remaster an album, they'll re-record like the drum track or the bass, you know, certain parts of it.
Oh, they're George Lucasing it?
Kinda. Yeah, like a band I listened to, like Megadeth. I had like some of their older CDs, and then there was a long time like where like I kept trying to buy them and I couldn't, and then it was like all of a sudden they started getting sold again. It's like, oh sweet, and it's like the remaster. It's like, oh sweet, the sound quality is gonna be better and everything's gonna be like equalized better and everything. And then like I listened to it, and then they kind of changed some of the songs. They changed parts here and there, and then
made the
like,
Ewok blink.
You made what?
I made the Ewok blink.
Ewok?
Mm-hmm. Adds a lot to the story.
It's all part of my original vision.
Oh, George Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's like the remaster version, and then like I listened to it, and it's like they actually re-recorded parts of it, and it just doesn't have the same sound anymore, and it's like it doesn't have the same appeal. Kind of like, and I know like Ozzy Osbourne has done that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it all depends how it's handled.
I think if it comes from a spot of like, I genuinely want to try this again and make it better versus I want more money from you fools kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because I think I've known plenty of like things, or I think like the re-releases of all the Star Wars movies are a pretty good example of like, hey,
Yeah.
let's give us more money for these things.
Yeah, well, they're like unnecessary additions. They don't do anything to the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm glad you enlightened me to the despecialized editions.
Yeah, dude, those are so good.
I like those.
Yeah.
Have you watched those?
Yeah, I have. Well, I have like the old VHS tapes of them where it's nothing but that.
Right.
So,
Okay.
That's
Yeah, because I
Ours are
actually
HD though.
I know.
Yeah, because I don't think I have actually ever seen the original Star Wars movies pre editing,
Yeah.
other than the despecialized first New Hope.
Mm,
I still have to do Empire and Jedi, but
they're good.
I know.
They're good.
I bet.
They're good.
Cause I saw the Blu-ray ones and the colors are all weird now. There's like scenes in Hoth where
Luke
it's like
is black now.
Yeah, no, it's like you imagine it being kind of like white and snowy, but they're out in the field and it's like this weird blue color.
Oh, weird.
Like that's not how I remember it. And then they like go inside and Leia's like purple. Like that. No, it's not.
That's
like,
right. I remember that
Yeah.
that little clip, and she was like, "Yeah, very maroon, purpley
Yeah,
red."
it's not like-
yeah,
purple, but she's like tinted weird.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not a fan. But speaking of game remakes, how do you feel about those? I think those can be a good thing.
I think I've yet to see one that I haven't enjoyed.
Yeah, because
They can be good, but
you're like
yeah.
taking advantage of the new stuff you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's different with like movies maybe.
You know, I think at least for video games, since that's more of like a hands-on kind of thing.
Mhm.
I think we should take this to the person in the room that is most averted to change. Andy,
Hi.
how do you feel about all those?
It depends on how it's done.
How
It
do you
like
feel?
all right. So like an example. All right, we already talked about my dislike.
we
for
talked about Final
for
Fantasy
VII last episode, but
Mhm.
so I'll talk about other ones
Yeah.
since everyone already knows who listened. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, okay,
Hi,
another
guys.
example of, actually, I can't even say if it's a bad remake because I never played it. But when I first heard that like they were gonna like remake GoldenEye from the N64, I was like, dude, that was like one of the best games for that system. Like that was freaking awesome. And then looking into it, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, they're gonna put Daniel Craig as James Bond. And it's like, all right, well, I got nothing against Daniel Craig as James Bond. I've never seen him as James Bond. I haven't watched any of those movies, but I got nothing against him other than I don't really feel like he looks like a James Bond. But then it was like one of those things where it's just like, that seemed unnecessary, that kind of stuff. But then in instances where it is I do think they did a good job is like the Ninja Gaiden games.
Yeah.
Where it's like they didn't like change anything. They just added more stuff and it looks cleaner and everything like that. And it's like that's cool. That's an enjoyable remake. It's like I never owned an Xbox, so I couldn't go back and play the old one. But then they remade it for like the PS3, and it's like, oh sweet, I can actually buy it, and it's like, and it looks better. And then
is that a remake or like a
like
up-res?
the Ninja Gaiden Sigma series.
So is that like a new series of games, or is it like they just like polished the PS2 ones, whatever?
I'd say they polished it, but they actually like re-went and like remade the characters and like retextured them,
okay.
and like essentially, I want to say built the game from the ground up, kind of, sort of, to where it looks like a PS3 game, but I mean, it plays and feels exactly like the Xbox version, or so like that. I think is a good job of a remake. And then other ones would be like they remade like the old Pokemon games from for the Game Boy, and they made them for the Game Boy Advance or the DS.
Well, they do it for every generation. So like there's Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Which
for
one
the
of those come out for?
Game Boy Advance.
Okay, but yeah, those ones, they didn't change anything. They just made it look like Game Boy Advance graphics, and I was like, that was a good remake.
Those are really good.
Yeah,
and the Soul Silver and Heart Gold are really good. But I didn't like Ruby and Sapphire. They changed too much.
Nerds.
They changed too much, man.
Nerds.
I can't argue that point. I only care about the first generation.
Yeah,
or actually, that's a lie too. I don't even care about the first. That's the only one I was familiar with. But like, those are like instances where I think they did a good job and they justified the remake. But then, of course, like Final Fantasy VII, I feel like they change it, and I don't feel like that's the way to go about it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say there's things like reboots, like the new Tomb Raider. Like it's the same kind of game, but it's like very clearly something new. Also,
yeah. See, I don't consider that a remake. That's a reboot. So yeah,
that's also what I meant.
Yeah, I'm for that. I think the new Tomb Raiders are awesome.
I was a fan of Kingdom Hearts, and when they remade that, I was all on board for that because I played through the 1.5 remix. Didn't beat Chain of Memories. That one sucks.
So good, dude. You just gotta know how to play it.
No.
Wait, was that the card one?
Yeah.
That one didn't make sense.
It does. If you read the tutorial.
I tried playing it for like 30 minutes. I was like,
That's what I love doing when I play video games is reading.
No, the only hard.
I want to read.
The only hard part is one of like Riku's last bosses.
Goddamn Pride and Prejudice. In
his mode, because for Riku mode, they pick the decks for you, and he's got like a really crappy deck, and you have to fight like a really good Riku who's got like all the good cards, and he just beats you at everything. And it sucks. I never beat the Riku mode, but the Sora mode is so good.
I'm just gonna Google that story before the third one comes out, and then 2.5,
and then
those were good.
0.839274 because they don't know how numbers work.
3D was good.
Yeah, those were good.
Did you play 3D?
A little bit. I'm so behind on that story; it's ridiculous. But so I gotta do some catching up.
Yeah, we gotta get 2.8 whenever that comes out. 2.8, 2.85, 2.9, whatever. I don't know.
It's like my GPA.
But
just kidding, I'm really smart.
When it comes to like video games, I think it really depends on how they do it. And there are still games that I really wish they would remake, but I just hope it's not something I get.
Red Dead Redemption.
I get excited for, and then it changes
Tetris.
to the point where I lose interest because like I don't get excited about video games very much anymore. It's like
Pac-Man.
so it's cool when it happens, and then it's just like for Final Fantasy, I was so pumped, and then just it's like
because they made it good. So.
I don't want them to make it good.
Oh.
Or like Battlefront, I was excited for that.
I was excited for that one too. That one was fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
So was I until I played it, and I still enjoy the other ones better.
I mean, there's not a lot to this newest one, but it's all right.
All it needs is split screen co-op online.
Yeah,
and then I'd be happy.
That would have been a good addition.
Yeah, that's all I needed.
I agree.
But I also like the different classes that the original had.
Yeah, I don't like building your character.
Yeah, just one character. It's like,
because then I feel like I have to like level up all the time and like unlock new stuff.
Yeah.
And, like,
when you have
much work.
When you had different classes, you could pick which one you needed depending on the situation.
Yeah,
it's like you just got like a rifle for the whole thing, but then it's like, oh shoot, they have a bunch of vehicles or something. I better switch to like the guy with the rocket launcher, and then it makes sense.
Or like we need the jetpack guy
to
go get up here, but now everybody has jetpacks. That's it.
That's all it is.
There's like one ultimate character to be, and then that guy just owns everything. Then there's like 20 of them every match.
Yeah.
So some remakes need work, some are good, some need to happen.
Red Dead Redemption, bring it back.
Wise words. Wise words.